Do, along with Lollin. Do, along with Lollin. Do. I said along with Lollin. Yeah, do, along with Lollin. Ohio. Welcome to episode 3, August 6th, 2018, of everybody's favorite internet television show, Lollin with Loloth. Hold on a minute. There we go. I fucked up already. Lol. Oh, how's it going? Oh wait a minute. Boop. How's it going? Okay. Yeah, we're live, and this is episode 3. Just decided to just kind of go with it today. Out of fucking nowhere, because haven't slept.
The first thing I thought when my
Shut up, fucker, asshole. Haven't slept. Just wanna talk. Just wanna talk about some stuff. So this is episode 3, Lollin with Loloth. 8/6/18. How's it going? Ugh. Wearing a shirt, not wearing any pants. What's been happening in my world? Not a whole lot. Took the weekend off for the lulz. I didn't do anything. Just didn't feel like it. Didn't really have anything to say. Nothing really happened over the weekend, but gave me some time to think and collect my thoughts. And so now I think I have a pretty decent episode for you this Monday morning. So the first thing I want to talk about, and this is in this world. I still didn't do any cards or anything. Didn't feel like it. Bloop. Get rid of that. Deadbeat son expects to get $400,000 from Best Buy lawsuit. So if you watch this video, already sweating. God damn it. Rethinking the shirt already. Can you hear me? Is my thing on? I didn't plan this or do anything. This is Gonzo broadcasting. If you watch this video, let me get the mouse out of there. If you watch this video, this guy basically what he did was he was living in his parents' house, since he was born, which makes sense. But he reached the age of 30. They kick him out of the house, and he's never had a job. Or no, that's not true. He doesn't have enough money to move out of his house, right? And so they kick him out of his house. They actually get a legal notice of eviction to kick him out of his house, his parents' house. This is their right. Anyway, it becomes this big fucking deal, and everybody pays attention to it. Like, oh, look at this fucking loser, right? Getting kicked out of his parents' house at 30. Anyway, now he's still in the news because the New York Post wants to come in here and say, look at this fucking weirdo. Look at this freak. He's a 30-year-old guy who was living in his parents' house and he got kicked out, and now he's staying at like bed and breakfasts and like doing work and stuff, and he's planning on suing his former employers, Best Buy, because he had a son with his girlfriend. I guess you'd say an illegitimate son because they weren't married. He's now 8 years old. But anyway, the lawsuit is based on that Best Buy discriminated against him because they didn't give him leave to raise his child, which they would have for a woman, and it caused him emotional distress, and it ruined his son's life and stuff like that. And people are saying, what a lazy bastard. He's never going to win the lawsuit. And the New York Post is mocking him and laughing at him. And if you watch this video, it's like a comedy thing. Fuck you, New York Post. Fuck you. Go poke a homeless person with a stick and film it and say, how did you fuck up your life? You know, you're a cunt. Whoever made this video, reporter, you're a fucking cunt. I hope you rot in hell. You know, I hope your career ends because of this, because you don't deserve it. You're like a circus freak show ringleader, you Satan fuck. You know, you can't laugh at freaks anymore. If someone's born with their nose split in half and their eyeballs upside down or some shit, or some weirdo with only like half their fucking body and they walk around on their hands, you can't laugh at them anymore. You gotta fucking shake their hand and shit. But we can make fun of this guy whose entire mental formative years were fucked by the internet and Nickelodeon and video games and shit, and clearly he's not capable of living in the normal, normie fucker society that you created and forced him into. He didn't ask to be born, you know. And he's smart as shit, too. Look, he's going on your fucking normie New York Post news, and he's suing the fucking company that's got shit tons of money. And he's probably not going to win, you're right, but he's getting money from people. People are handing him out, giving him money. That's the same goddamn thing as some faggot who goes on Twitch TV and tries to make money for doing nothing. It's the same fucking thing. And another point I want to make is that the internet is for people like that who can't do anything else, okay? That's where we thrive. It's our goddamn culture. We invented it, and you fuckers stole it and made it into some fucking corporate package that you sell in these little boxes, and you touch these little fucking buttons, and Amazon buys toilet paper for you and sends it to your fucking house on a drone, and you think that's okay, and then you make fun of the people who fucking invented it. So fuck you, New York Post. I hope that guy wins his lawsuit. I hope he gets $400,000, and I hope he gives me some of it, because you know what I would do with it? Fucking nothing. I wouldn't in any way contribute to your garbage shithole society, which is founded by people who laugh at people who fail and can't do anything and suffer because of it. That's all I had to say about that. This makes me mad is all. You know, you don't go around under bridges and laugh at homeless people. Most of the time, you avoid them. You don't want to fucking see homeless people. But this guy, he's in the interim. You know, he's gonna be starving and covered in lice and cockroaches, shit and stuff like that. And then you're not gonna fucking film him and put him on New York Post, are you? You fucks. You could help him. You could give him some counseling or something. But there's no point, is there? Because then you can't laugh at him. I hope you all die. I hope the whole goddamn world burns. You know, and this, someone who's actually trying to fit in and work the system is laughable. What a lazy piece of shit. But then somebody who's genuinely fucked in their brain to the point where they want to cut their own dick and balls off and piss in the girls' restroom and shit like that, and you shake their hand and say good job and give them a fucking TV show. It's like fucking Kafka shit, you know, or like a David Lynch movie or something, where somebody gets their dick cut off and wakes up and oh I'm a girl now, and it's like that's normal, and that's like okay. I mean I'm not saying these people are fucking nuts. I'm saying that they're sick. You know, they have something wrong with them. It's the same thing as a chromosome imbalance, a Down syndrome or something. And instead of saying let's get you some help, they say let's cut your cock off. It's fucked, but that's fine. And if you say anything against it, you're a monster, you're a Nazi or something like that. It's the same thing I was talking about with the fucking left and right fighting each other over all this bullshit. They think it's okay to have a civil war in America over people's rights to mutilate themselves, over people's civil rights. Let's have a civil war over people's fucking inalienable rights. Their civil rights. What a stupid idea. And if anyone who doesn't agree with us, who wants to speak their mind about that, let's kill them so that we're right. That's fine. You can cut your dick and balls off. We'll even pay for it. In fact, when you're 10 years old, when you're 8 years old, when you're 4 fucking years old, and you go through a phase that most kids go through, where they kind of think, what would it be like to wear a dress, or what would it be like to wear fucking jeans, you know? Or I kind of like boys' toys, or I kind of like girls' toys. And these fucking retarded shitholes, they go, it's fucking transgender. Start pumping them full of estrogen. Let's fuck up his brain as well as his dick and his balls. That's good. Let's all fucking clap ourselves on the back. Meanwhile, look at this guy who fucking grew up and actually tried and fucking, let's laugh at his dumbass because he doesn't want to live in your shithole of death and fucking body mutilation and torture. But not in a few weeks from now when he's starving to death, and we'll just ignore him and hope he goes away. I'm just gonna put this out there. Just fucking kill everybody. Every single human being in the face of the planet Earth. Just everyone simultaneously just agree to commit suicide. It'll solve all the fucking problems. Alright? The cats and the dogs that are all starving will come and eat our bodies, and the fucking bones will sink into the earth, and trees will grow up, and all the buildings will fall down, and lions and giraffes will come, and it'll just be so much fucking better, and then eventually the sun will explode and suck it all up, and no one will care because there won't be anybody left. How about that? Let's do that. I'm fucking serious, too. Ha ha ha. Lollin with Loloth. Lollin with fuck you. In other news,
The first thing
the
I
same
thought
fucking thing. God damn it, computer. In other news, group of Panama monkeys have entered the Stone Age. What? That's right. Apparently this shit happens pretty regularly. Fucking monkeys start taking rocks and turning them into tools and using them consistently. Okay? That was the beginning of that movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, where all the monkeys are fucking and they're trying to kill each other, and then the one monkey picks up the bone and he's like, oh shit, and he kills the other monkey with it, and he's like, and that black obelisk thing is like, ooh, the black monolith thing is like, and then it cuts to bam satellites and shit. Same fucking thing. Monkeys are doing that now. Same thing we did. And it's happening more and more and more, apparently. I read all that before. I just think that's interesting. Because birds and gorillas use sticks and stuff to get ants out of things. But those are like great apes. Birds like crows understand water displacement and like social hierarchies and stuff. Dolphins can fucking talk to each other with like complicated language patterns. Monkeys are fucking stupid, but great apes, again, they can use tools, recognize themselves in mirrors, learn sign language and shit like that. But monkeys are fucking not just using rocks to smash shit open, but chiseling them down into points and like using them as sharp implements for tools. How about that? How about that? And then the last thing I want to talk about in the news today, kind of peaked early. I was genuinely mad about that. No, just, oh well. This guy Elon Musk, I don't even know who he is, but apparently he makes cars or something, wants to do video games on touchscreens in cars. No! Fuck! Stop! No! Stupid! Asshole! Stop it! What are you, retarded? Does anyone think that's a good fucking idea? Really? Let's put a... Just shut up. Just shut up, you cunt. Oh, Donkey Kong's on level 6. Oh, fuck, I killed a bunch of people. No! No! That's all. Just no. Just stop. Just fucking stop. Maybe some monkeys will come along and invent a gun and fucking kill you. You idiot. Donald Trump did some shit and people are mad at him. How about that? Blah, 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 fucking blah, blah. Earthquake. Now we're talking. Bunch of people died. Wow, great. Alright. I don't even know what these words mean. Some fat fucking old Jews. Good. Oh, Parisians. Oh, that guy died. Oh, that's actually fucking news. Okay. No, that guy was good at cooking. Gorillas are keeping cool by eating ice cream. Great. Fucking shut up. I'm done with every fucking thing. Alright, next up on episode 3 of this tremendous episode of Lollin with Loloth is stuff that is epic. God damn it. God fucking damn it. Stuff that is epic. Okay. There's a few things I want to talk about. This time I'm going to do them in reverse order because the one thing that's going to make me the most angry, I'm going to talk about that last. First of all, Resident Evil 7 shut up. Fucking motorcycle. Resident Evil 7 came out a while ago, and it had this new thing called the RE engine. And it was the new engine. Resident Evil games are all going to use the RE engine, and it looked pretty good. I mean, the graphics are pretty fucking good, you know. And then they come out with Resident Evil 2 remake, and they're remaking Resident Evil 2, which is my personal favorite video game of all time. Resident Evil 2, right? What a great game. And they're remaking it and they're doing it all fucking stupid, and it still looks good. It's not a remake. It's not the same thing as remake was, but it still looks good in my opinion. I'm going to get it if I'm still alive in January, which I might not be. But my idea is that instead of using RE Engine to make Resident Evil games and remake Resident Evil games, they even said they're probably going to remake Resident Evil 3. If they ever do Resident Evil 8, it's going to be an RE engine. You know, this engine that is for Resident Evil games, what they ought to do is remake fucking Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis, right? That would be badass. That would be scary as shit, too, because think about how good that would be. You take fucking Dino Crisis, you put it over the shoulder like the remake, or you do it in first person, you know? Same map and everything, but update it with all the details and everything that you can do with the new engine and make it look all realistic and cool and everything. Better story, better voice acting, take all the cheesiness out of it, make it like an actual gripping drama. And then like the fucking dinosaurs and make them like realistic dinosaurs as an actual enemy and threat. That would be the shit. So Capcom, that's yours to use, and don't give it to the team that made Street Fighter V, because fuck you. That's our last thing we're going to talk about and stuff that is epic. The next thing I want to talk about is Billy Mitchell, the best video game player ever, is streaming now on Twitch at twitch.tv/Billy Pac-Man. So go watch that shit when it's live, because literally all he's doing is playing Donkey Kong on an official, authenticated, no possible way that he fucked with it or cheated arcade board, arcade machine of Donkey Kong, and he's getting the 1 million and he just stops. He gets 1 million points and he just stops. And it's awesome because these dumb assholes who say, oh, Billy Mitchell cheated. No, he didn't. Fuck you. But instead of, researching it or trying to see if he actually cheated or whether, he cheated? Okay, well, we'll just delete all of his scores. We'll just delete all of his world records and everything. Even though some of them have already been beaten, even though he did it live for fucking Time Magazine, we'll just say, no, and yeah, you're right, he probably did cheat. And they delete all of his scores. Well, he doesn't get mad. Well, he gets mad, but he doesn't get, violently mad or anything. He just goes, okay, fuck it, I'll do it again. And he is live on Twitch, and it's awesome. So follow him. Go watch it. That's a goddamn master player, okay? Video games are childish bullshit. All right, they're toys. Um, the culture that's sprung up around them, this gamer culture, is fucking stupid. People profiting off of sitting there eating fruit roll-ups and having kids steal their parents' credit cards to donate money to them should rot in hell, and are useless members of society. But just like myself, just like the guy who's fucking suing Best Buy for 400K. But we're applauding them and championing them and saying, "Yay, good, be a waste of space, great job." Meanwhile, someone who is a successful businessman, all right, who's made it the normie way, is also unbelievably skilled and talented, and is one of the first people ever to popularize this sort of thing. Goes on there, and no one even gives a shit, and they mock him and make fun of him and say, you cheated, lol, because the internet told me that you did. I saw that movie. I saw that fucking King of Kong movie where, they made fun of you, made you look like a bad guy. So that was real. That was true. But some other fucker who won some tournament or something for League of Legends or some bullshit, he goes on there and doesn't even play the game he's famous for. He plays some other shit badly without even talking or interacting with anyone who's watching him. And he gets 7,000 viewers. And all of them are just, here's $20. Oh, here's another $20. Oh, I'll just spam your emote in chat over and over and over again. Lol. These fuckers who've got their face as big as the goddamn game and you can't even see it. What is the fucking point? I go on Twitch nowadays and I see people actually doing interesting things, like that channel that's just two people dancing with their shirts off. Now that's fucking entertainment. Or a talk show where they just answer people's questions from the chat. Now that's fucking interacting with your viewers. That might actually be worth donating. Some fucker sitting there eating fruit roll-ups, not even playing the game that he's well known at being good at for. And everybody's just sitting there because of the name, because of the recognition. Meanwhile, Billy fucking Mitchell is playing fucking Donkey Kong Live and getting 1 million point scores. And people are like, 200 viewers max. Like, when he actually gets the million the first time, he's got like 1,000 tops. It's pretty fucking good, but still, some cunt who's not even doing anything gets 70K. It's just retarded, and I hate it, and it pisses me off. And I want it all to burn away. And honestly, I think that the internet should be just fucking get rid. In fact, you know what we should do? We should get rid of computers. Let's just get rid of computers. In fact, if we're not all going to kill ourselves at the same time, which is option A, that's the first one. We should really consider that. Everybody just kills themselves. Okay, if you don't want to do that, option B, let's just fucking get rid of electricity, because we don't need it anymore. A lot of people will die, and the people that survive will be better for it. Maybe I'm fucking insane. I don't know. And the last thing I want to talk about and stuff that is epic. This is going to be a good episode. The last thing I want to talk about and stuff that is epic is, actually, hold on. Nah, let's not do that. That's next episode. The last thing I want to talk about and stuff that is epic is the Evo Evolution fighting game tournament. Just recently happened. It was the last few days. So if anyone actually watches this, if you're watching this later than August 8th, 2018, is, however the fuck many days ago. But it was shit. Vampire Savior was good, as always, because that's a good game. The tournament was fast. It was respectable. People shook each other's hands when they lost, and when they won, nobody jumped up and started masturbating onto the fucking audience. If you won, you said, "Oh, I won. You turned to your opponent, you said, congratulations, thank you for allowing me to win, thank you for playing with me. The person who lost said, thank you for playing me, I'm glad that I could be here so that you could enjoy winning, it was fun playing with you. And then you say, better luck next year, congratulations, move on. It was tremendous. The level of play was high caliber, you know, really skilled players competing in a game that they like. And for the people that watched Vampire Savior, and for the other games that were similar to that, because of course Vampire Savior was my game of choice, but there were other games like that. I'm not counting all the rest of them out. For the people who tuned in and watched those or participated in those, I would like to say, good job. You know, well done. All right. But for the rest of you fucking shits, okay, just please, please take up sewing or like play basketball or something, you know, like take your phone and put it in the fucking toilet and flush the toilet and go outside and pick up a hockey stick and fuck off because it's not for you and you've killed it. You fucking ruined it. All right? Now, I'm not saying that the players themselves are not high skill at the games, but for the ones who are on the main stage, let's just say that several bad apples spoiled a bunch. There were some of you, and the guy who won Street Fighter V, well done, sir. He wins and he turns and he shakes the guy's hand and said, "I just won Evo and you're in second place. Congratulations!" That and then he stood up and his friends and his family and they celebrate. The first fucking thing he did, he wins Street Fighter V, first place, and his first reaction is to turn and he shakes the guy's hand. So, good job, good job. Sonic Fox, you know, I jack off to furry porn constantly. It's one of my favorite things to do. You know, I'd suck a dick. There's nothing wrong with being gay. I think my fucking head's about to explode. Hold on, I'm getting one of those pulsating. Wait a minute. Just make sure I'm not having a heart attack. Whoa, that feels weird. No, I think I'm okay. I'm gonna soldier through it. I might be going deaf. No, okay, it's gone. There we go. One of those, you know, when your blood starts pulsating really hard in your right ear for some reason. No, we're good. All right. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Sonic Fox. That's right. So Sonic Fox, whatever you say about his personal life, it's fine. You know, I've watched the guy's streams, and he seems like he's kind of a dick, but I don't know. He's probably been made fun of most of his life. You know what I mean? Growing up like that in school, constantly being mocked. There were kids when I was in high school, and I was not popular in high school at all. But I had a small group of friends who also were kind of not very popular, and even we would refuse to be seen with like certain kids who were the lowest of the low. You know, the kids who were just fucked. The guy who was born with like a dick and a pussy. You know, that had long hair and wore weird glasses and like always had a trench coat on. Like that guy was just, you didn't fucking talk to him. You didn't look at him. You know, if he sat at the same table as you at lunch, you either told him to fuck off or you just left because it was not okay to be seen with that guy. The girl who would walk down the hallway reading books and shit, you know, these were the kids and always smelled bad. And like not bad like body odor, but just like smelled poor. Like her, you know, her parents were really fucking poor, you know, and like she got a book for her birthday and shit, like one book, you know, and it's not, these are the kids that you just didn't hang out with. Sonic Fox was one of those kids, you know, and most of those kids grew up to either kill themselves or kill a bunch of other people or vanish into some office cubicle somewhere or behind a desk or a computer. But Sonic Fox, what he's doing is he's saying, "Fuck you! I'm gonna wear my fursuit. I'm gonna be openly gay, Sonic Otherkin furry, and be tremendously good at fighting games. You watch the guy play. He's really pretty goddamn good at certain things. The thing is, he wins the premier game because no one gives a shit about Street Fighter V, really, to be honest. He wins Dragon Ball Fighter Z or Fighters or however you say it. He's in winners finals, right? He's the winner, and this guy Goichi from Japan is in losers, and they're going up. Goichi beats him 3-0, and he's kicking his ass. And for all expectation, he's gonna kick his ass the next 3 games and just win Evo completely. And Sonic Fox will be in second place, which is still pretty fucking good. And what he does is he says, I want to switch sides, which is something maybe that you do on an arcade cabinet, or maybe that you do in a game where it actually matters what side you're on, or if you have a fucking preference, and this is really something that should be decided before you even sit down to play. And occasionally you'll see players play a game of rock, paper, scissors at the beginning of their matches to decide who gets to be first and who gets to be second, But he's allowed to do it by the rules, and he completely blows Goichi's momentum off and proceeds to 3-0 win and win Evo. Doesn't even look at the motherfucker, and this is a guy who's famous for giving his opponents a hug after he beats him. He just stands up and fucking puts his thing on and starts jacking off, and he lies on the ground and fucking humps the stage, and then he stands up for the trophy ceremony. Meanwhile, Goichi is just standing there nodding like, well, they can't do anything about this. Just humbly accept. A true sportsman, right? Sonic Fox makes the cannon guy, the guy handing out the trophies, put it on his fucking nose. And he's good at fighting games, but man, oh man, are you a bad winner. And I don't really know why I'm talking about this, to be honest. Because I couldn't fucking beat him. But then you watch Street Fighter V and the guy just turns and shakes the guy's hand. It's worlds apart. A few bad apples spoiled the bunch. That was my point. Smash Brothers 4. It's not a fighting game, but these two guys, I didn't even see it happen, but apparently what they do is they beat everybody with Bayonetta, and then it's Bayonetta versus Bayonetta in the grand finals, and what they do is they just sit there on opposite sides of the thing and do her down B or whatever, and talk and flirt with each other and kiss and play grab ass. You're mocking the community, you're mocking the establishment that's brought you here. You're getting, they have to give you a shit ton of money, and you're just laughing in their faces. These people are dicks. They're dicks. Maybe you won a game, good job, but you lost at being a fucking decent human being. Assholes. Anyway, Evo fucking sucked this year. It was stupid. Dead or Alive 6 is taking out the tits in the ass. What's the fucking point? There's no point. Tekken 7 has the guy from Walking Dead in it. Anna Williams, though, that's kind of cool. Anna Williams is going to be in there, but, give us another $20 and you can play as her. So fuck you, Tekken. You're shit anyway. Soul Calibur 6 announces 2 characters that everybody knew was going to be in it anyway. And everybody gets excited about it for some fucking reason. Dragon Ball Fighter Z comes out and says Cooler is in it. And I guess people who know who that is think that's cool. I don't know. No pun intended. I just want Mortal Kombat 11, NetherRealm actually makes decent fighting games, so give me another one. I'll keep playing Injustice 2 until you do. Didn't even make it onto the main stage this year, though. Not enough entrance, not enough interest. Fortnite's top game on Twitch. But Dragon Ball Fighter Z uh, actually had more viewers than Fortnite did with Ninja streaming on Sunday night. So that's pretty goddamn amazing. Apparently, a lot of fucking people like Dragon Ball Fighters. So that's good. And of course, Sonic Fox jacks his gay furry dick off in front of 250,000 people. My point is that fighting games had a big boom with Street Fighter 4, and then a lot of people started getting into them, and it became one of these newfangled esports that everybody talks about. Well, the bubble is fucking burst. It's over. All right, let's just stop broadcasting it. Can we just have the local shit and like, you know, don't put it on fucking ESPN anymore. All right, just let's go back to the way it used to be because it's clearly gonna eat itself. Something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, Street Fighter V. So the guy who won Street Fighter V is a true sportsman and a true decent player. Even though I don't think that his opponent gave a shit after the last few rounds. It seemed like he wasn't necessarily trying. He was kind of just like, well, I'll get second place prize money. Yeah, fuck it, you know. Not to discredit either one of them, but it wasn't exactly exciting. Uh, I think most people had tuned off by that point. They showed the crowd, and a lot of chairs were empty during the award ceremony. Um, Street Fighter V is not a good game. Capcom does not know how to make fighting games anymore. They should have just given it to another fucking company and said, you can use these characters, please make a good game. I think Sony was nice and good to give them the money to have Street Fighter V become a thing, but they've kind of bit themselves in the foot because of now they're not giving them any money anymore, so they have to do shit like Capcom Pro Tour and let's release 18 fucking DLC characters, and you know this stage costs $8 to play on this fucking stage, and of course it's just like the whole thing about Fortnite. If you don't have the Mickey Mouse backpack, or if you have the Mickey Mouse backpack as opposed to the Ninja Turtles backpack, you're not cool anymore. If you get killed by someone who doesn't have a $20 skin in Fortnite, you know, that's like humiliating to somebody who's spent several $100s on John Wick with a lollipop coming out of his ass. Street Fighter V is basically a platform for Capcom to steal money from you, and not a fighting game comparable to any other decent fighting game. And most of the people who are famous for playing it would agree with me and say that they're openly admit to saying that the only reason they're there is for the payoff, which is pretty tremendous, solely to attract them to it so that people pay attention to it. But not to discredit the guy who won, who was a real sportsman, but I just want to make fun of the introduction to the top 8 when this insane Japanese man comes out with his little fucking Blanca. Just watch the video of it. Just stop watching this video, if anyone even is, and go watch Yoshinoro Ono announce Evo Street Fighter V Top 8 2018, because he's got the microphone and he's got the little Blanca statue, and he's like barely speaking English, and he says some stuff that is trying to elicit a fan response or like an audience participation, and he says, okay, I'm gonna make fun of him, I don't care, I'm being racist, whatever. The guy is not able to speak the language very well. Okay, everybody Jawa! And you know, and no one knows what the fuck he said, and he just stares at the crowd. And then he says, Blanca has a little surprise in his pocket, and he's looking in what's in Blanca's pocket, and it's like this little statue of Blanca from Street Fighter. And then there's just like a pause for 30 seconds. I mean, it's comparable to the Sonic anniversary with Totino's pizza rolls and shit. How bad it was. Nothing will ever be as bad as the Sonic Totino's pizza rolls, but it was close. And then this fucking guy comes out dressed as Abraham Lincoln with gold henna on his arms, and he's saying all this shit. Some actor they hired to play the new character in the game, who I guess is available now if you gave Capcom your last paycheck. And his name is G, and he's apparently supposedly like Q, who was the only character I ever liked in Street Fighter. I didn't want to just masturbate to porno. So Q was really cool in Street Fighter 3, and this guy is supposed to be like Q again, but his name is G, and he's the president, and he looks like Abraham Lincoln, and you show a video of him, and he kind of looks like he plays like Q, but he also has projectiles, and he's the president of the world? What? I don't fucking know. And everyone's fucking standing and applauding and clapping, and it's making me think, is the audience being paid to be there? Does anyone give a shit, genuinely care? And then they show fucking Sagat, and everyone knew Sagat was going to be in the game anyway. They already announced that like a year ago or some shit. And they show Sagat, and guess what he looks like? Sagat. He looks like Sagat. They didn't even really change him that much. And people are like passing out like fucking Elvis came back to life. You know? It's like, why do you give a shit? It's like if Mortal Kombat 11 comes out, and 3 years after it comes out, they say, guess what, everybody? Fucking Raiden's in the game now. We put Raiden in there. $20, please. You can play as Raiden starting tomorrow. And, like, if people got excited about that, no one would get excited about that. They'd say, why the fuck wasn't Raiden in the game to begin with, you assholes? He's fucking Raiden. Of course he should be in the fucking game. It's Mortal Kombat. Or like if you said, oh, sorry we didn't put Raiden in the game. We're going to put Raiden in the game. In a few months, Raiden's going to be in the game. And then they show a trailer. Okay, this is what Raiden looks like. And everybody knew he was going to be in the game and saw he was going to be in the game. And then they show a trailer for him, and he looks exactly like you expect him to look like. And then if people fucking like passed out from excitement at seeing that, and you would think, who's stupid fucking asshole is playing Mortal Kombat? Who are these stupid fucking assholes who are playing Mortal Kombat? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Mortal Kombat X, they announce like Predator or like Tremor, who's like deep lore Mortal Kombat character, and people don't know they're going to be in the game, and then they get excited about it. And Injustice 2, they say, guess what? The fucking Ninja Turtles are going to be in it. That's something to get excited about. You know? And then for Street Fighter 5, it's like if you had a starving person and you said, hey, in a couple hours, you know, someone who's like starving to death, and then you say, in a couple hours, I'm going to give you a piece of bread with some butter on it and a slice of cheese. And then you just tell them that, and then like a couple hours later, you show it to them. You don't give it to them yet. You show it to them, and they salivate. That's what Street Fighter V fans were last night with Sagat. Wow, Sagat! Fuck! Oh, Jesus, Capcom 1 Evo, guys! What? He can do fucking tiger fucking uppercut? What? He can shoot fireballs? Hold on a minute. Hold on a fucking minute. Sagat is in a Street Fighter game? Wait a minute. What's his stage? Hold on. What's his stage? It's the same stage from Street Fighter 2? I'm gonna go kill myself. There's no fucking reason to be alive anymore because this is the greatest thing that's happened in my fucking world. Sagat in the Street Fighter 2 stage and he throws fucking fireballs. I didn't know my cock could get this erect. That's what it was. That's what Street Fighter 5 was last night. Fighting games are fucking done. They're done. Bury 'em. Put the fucking lid on the casket and just wait. Just wait until the normies and the retards and all these babies who started jacking off on this shit when Street Fighter 4 came out and people watched the Daigo Perry video on YouTube. Let's just let them fucking find something else. They'll gravitate to Fortnite or they'll go play VR chat or something, you know, and then you can come out with another fighting game. Capcom, maybe, if you fire everybody you have employed right now. And please, NetherRealm, please ignore everything I said and make Mortal Kombat 11. Or make whatever the fuck you want. Make horror fighters, you know? Make Freddy vs. Jason the fighting game. Make Injustice 3. Do anything. Save fighting games, NetherRealm, please. Ah. I'm just gonna do this.
Everybody.
God damn it.
I ever told you how beautiful you are?
Okay. Okay. I've calmed down a little bit. And for the final section of episode 3 of Lollin with Loloth, I'm gonna tell you all the story. God damn it, YouTube. That's not what I did. Fuck you with your smiley face, frowny face bullshit. I wanted to do this. Okay? There we go. I'm gonna tell everybody the story, all one of you, the story of when I used to drive a box truck for a company in Austin, Texas, and I delivered plumbing supplies. And one of the things that they I only have 13 minutes. I got this. This is an easy. This is a short story. One of the things that you sell a lot of in the plumbing supply business is pipe insulation. You have pipes in your walls. You have pipes underground. Excuse me. They carry water. That's what plumbing is for. Well, that shit can freeze pretty easily, and so you have to insulate it. And so they sell that. They sell these little foam things, and you slip them over pipes, and they insulate the pipes. And they sell a lot of it in a bunch of different shapes and sizes. And one of the things that the company I worked for did was they were wholesalers, so they would sell huge amounts of this shit to plumbers and big like plumbing companies. You know, like I can't think of any off the top of my head, but you'd probably see commercials for them. Not like just some guy, you know, Joe the plumber, but like a big company with like a name and branding and everything. And that 1-800 number kind of a fucking thing. We would go to their warehouses, their distribution warehouses, and deliver these large orders of pipe insulation. So anyway, I was doing that at this one particular company in Schertz, Texas, which is just north of San Antonio. And their dock was at an angle, So you would back your truck up. Your dock is like this, and then it flattens out. Here's the warehouse. Here's the warehouse door. You have to back your truck up like this for some fucking stupid reason. Here's the Eskimo penis. And the forklift can come and get the shit. That's what a forklift looks like. And I'm standing here with my big muscles. And I got boxes of pipe insulation, and I'm handing them down to this fucking guy. Anyway, the point is that my warehouse was in Austin, Texas, and this is Schertz, Texas, and that takes like an hour and a half to drive there. We only want to go there one time. We only want to make one trip. So we take this box truck and fill it with pipe insulation. Just fill it to the fucking brim, so that if you open the door, this shit like springs out like one of those cans of nuts, and you open it up and the snake, which normally is fine because you're only like 5 feet up off the ground from the truck, but because this thing is angled up like this, you have now a large amount of space from the ground and the place where I'm standing, and I have no footing because this entire fucking part of the truck is filled with truck insulation, or with pipe insulation. So I'm up here, the forklift comes, I'm standing on this tiny little 2-inch space at the back of the truck trying to grab this pallet of pipe insulation, which is like fucking gigantic, and here's me, standing on the fucking thing, trying to grab this shit with all these boxes of fucking, and it's all wrapped up in plastic. And what I do is I fucking take one step backwards and fall like 8 fucking feet and land on the ground on my right wrist, and it shatters. You're not going to be able to see it, really. But I have this scar like this from where the guy had to go in and cut it open, take all the little bone pieces out, put them back together like a jigsaw puzzle, and then he took this metal plate and screwed it all together. And I didn't have to pay for any of it, so fuck yeah to the company that I worked for, because they paid for all of it. It was awesome. But the story does not involve the recovery process, because if it did, I would tell you about how I beat Diablo 3 on PS4 with one hand while eating painkillers with the other. It was amazing. But no, the story for today's episode is I fall off the back of the truck, land on my right wrist, it shatters into pieces. I have the wind knocked out of me. I'm fucking lying there. The guy on the forklift jumps off, runs over. Holy shit, man, are you okay? Because I fall pretty hard. And I get up and I'm like, kind of out of it. Like, yeah, I catch my breath because the wind gets knocked out of me. Like, yeah, I'm okay. And then the pain hits me and I'm like, oh, fuck, my arm is broken. This guy's like, I don't want to get sued. I don't want to get my whole company sued. Your arm's probably not broken, dude. It's fine. And that's when this just numbness, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I just sprained it or whatever, because I don't really want to admit that I broke my arm. I don't really want to have that be the reality that now I've broken my arm. Because remember, I'm like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from my warehouse, which is then I have to fucking drive back to my house and shit. And I don't have health insurance or anything. Thank God for workers' compensation. So I just said fuck it and stood back up, and one hand climbed up to the back of the truck, and we started unloading the insulation again. Unloaded all the insulation. The guy gives me a can of Coca-Cola for free, and I drink it. And I'm like, oh, thanks, dude, And he's like, you feel okay? By this point, this is like, like a fucking red balloon. And I'm like, nah, it's a sprain. It'll be fine. And it hurts bad at this point. And I get in the truck and I'm driving with one hand and I'm like, should I call the boss to tell him? And I'm like, nah, it's getting close to time to where I'm definitely going to be late getting back because they close at 5 and it's like 2:30 and I still got to go deliver all these sinks in San Antonio proper and a couple bathtubs. And I just want to, I'm not exaggerating. I'm just telling you the way this fucking happened, okay? So I finished doing that and I drive one-handed. Thank God it's a fucking automatic, right? And I drive one-handed, and I'm shifting, drive, and then reverse, and then park, and then go back, and I have to find this granite and tile countertop place where we deliver these sinks to, so they can cut the holes in the countertops for people to put their sinks in. We have to give them the sinks so they can cut the holes the right size. They're closed already, so now I'm backing up to this fucking thing in San Antonio traffic, uh, unloading these sinks with one arm, and I put them on the dolly, and I one hand foot the fucking dolly through their little back, after hours service entrance thing, and I fold up the paper with one hand, like the receipt, and I stick it in one of the sinks, and say fuck it at this point, because now it's like 3:30 and I'm definitely going to be late getting back, and they're going to have locked the gates and shit. And my wrist is like this, and now it hurts really bad. And then I go deliver the bathtubs, and that's on the south side of fucking San Antonio. This one guy who owns his own plumbing company, and he's closed, so I gotta fucking take the bathtubs. And luckily they were steel and enamel, so you can carry those pretty easily. So I one arm pick them up, and I'm like that, and get him up to his front door, and I stick the fucking receipts in there. Hi, Rapey. Hey, it's me, Loloth, and this here is, this is my TV show. Thanks for watching. And I deliver the fucking bathtubs and get back in the truck, and now I have to drive back on I-35 going north, and it's 4:35 p.m. at this fucking point. And if you never have done that before, let's just say there's really bad traffic. And oh, hi, I think Theggy maybe. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody, if anybody watches, go check out Super Wheel and Super Imperial Terra Sue for epic videos and funny videos and good videos and some bad videos. Nah, just kidding. They're all good videos. But anyway, the point of the story is that I'm a bad motherfucker because I drove back then at this point in stop and go traffic, and it took like 2 fucking hours just to get anywhere near Austin, and then through Austin at like 6 is you'd be better off walking. And I mean, this is a beach ball at this point. If you ever seen Popeye eat a can of spinach and it's like, that's what my hand was. And I go in there, and thank Jesus Christ that one of the bosses is still there and the gate's not locked yet. So I drive into the yard and park the truck and get out, and he's actually going to his car, and he just happens to see me, and he's like, wow, you took a long time getting back. And I was like, yeah, well, I had a bit of a problem, and I showed him and it's like, and it's blue, and there's like black veins lightning bolting through and shit. And he's like, wow, does that hurt? And I'm like, yeah, kind of. And I mean, literally the worst pain I've ever known in my life. And I'm like sweating, my eyes are sweating, and I'm like fucking, nah, it doesn't feel good. And he's like, well, go home and sleep it off. And I'm like, yeah, good idea. Yeah, it probably just sprained it. And I go home and make a splint out of a t-shirt and like tie it around my neck. And so I got my arm like this, and I eat like some cold hot dogs or some shit, and like watch The Simpsons, and then like lie in bed, and I'm like this sure does fucking feel horrible. And I eat like a bottle of ibuprofen, and then I wake up the next day and I don't have a hand anymore. It's just like a ball, like fucking Bomberman has. And I go and I drive my car to work and get out and go to my boss and say, I think I need to go to the doctor. Yeah. Anyway, long story short, like dropping a fucking plate on the ground and it just psh, that's what my wrist looked like in the x-ray. But they paid for all of it, and I got a shitload of hydrocodone, and I took like 80 of them over the next 2 weeks, and it was probably the greatest time of my life because all I did was eat pizza and play Diablo 3 and watch The Simpsons and eat painkillers. So hurt yourself on purpose if you have a job because they pay you to do drugs. It's awesome. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. 8618 Lollin with Loloth. This was an eventful episode. If anything, we'll be back tomorrow where I'll discuss some other stuff that pisses me off. But until then, bye bye. I do. Along with Lollin. Do. Along with Lollin. Do. Along with Lollin. Do. Along with Lollin. Okay, that's it. See you later.